Oh my gosh. Bugs. Too many bugs. Thank God they don't sting.
I'm staying on the path that I've chosen. Straight up, come my way, and I'll see you at the top. 'Cause something's gonna happen in this story, and I can feel it coming, like the rising of the sun. Straight
It's a beautiful morning.
Yes, it's a miserable morning.
Miserable. Look at the beautiful sunshine and mist on the water. And
Midges.
oh goodness, what are these things flying around? No! Again. Another miserable morning in Sanford. That's not the worst we've seen.
Midges. So I have my Dawn dish soap in my sprayer. I'm going to do first round, which is spraying them down and getting them to not swarm. And then once they die, we'll wash them all off. Yeah, quit laughing at me.
They're still flying in my mouth.
Getting the EBGBs just looking at that footage.
Okay. Sanford, you've seen our other videos just how much we adore, love. Sanford is just such an amazing city. But
Except
oh my
for the
God.
freaking midges.
The midges. Oh, they are such a dark stain. Literally on such a beautiful town, a beautiful marina, and a lot of beautiful boats are kind of permanently stained.
Well, not permanently. Got to stay on top of it. So first of all, what is a midge? These are aquatic midges. They're also known as blind mosquitoes. Thankfully, they're not actual mosquitoes. They don't bite, or else we would have no blood left.
Yeah, so they don't bite, they don't buzz, which is, you know, that mosquitoes, that noise that will drive you crazy. Is the midges that have just the faintest little noise, which is not bad. But what it is, it's like a zombie horde. They just overwhelm with numbers. It's like the Night King's army attacking Winterfell.
We've been watching a little too
Game
much
of Thrones.
Okay.
And yeah, there's just more of them than you can know what to do with, and it's terrifying.
It's crazy. So, midges are frequented in fresh water. Usually polluted fresh water is where they're most frequent.
Too much nutrients.
Yeah. Nutrient-rich
Yes.
fresh water, which is awesome.
And stagnant, where it's not a lot of flow.
Right. So they go through like 4 life stages. They have a pupate stage. They kind of mature in the mud bottom of a lake or stagnant water, and then they hatch and emerge, and then they swarm like you've seen in these videos, and then they die, or they lay their eggs, die, repeat the process. So the fresh waters where you find them, and they will swarm. They're at night. They kind of come out at dusk.
Yes. And they come out at dusk, so we'd be out for the day, having a wonderful time. We'd be out for dinner, out with friends, and we'd come home after dark, and we'd be like, "Uh-oh, is this another one? Is this swarm happening?" Because as we start working our way down the dock, it's just clouds, and we get to our boat, and we know, the side is turning black, and we know once we open the door, we're going to go inside, and our ceiling inside will be covered as well.
Because they would find every crack and crevice that they could to get inside, especially if we forgot to turn off lights before we left, because they are attracted to lights.
Yeah, so that is basically your only defense, is to go complete blackout. So we had our Christmas lights up for about a week and quickly realized bad idea.
Gonna work. So the midges are only traditionally supposed to swarm in warmer months, so spring through fall.
And I'm talking to all our friends who've been there for a decade or more. There might be 2 or 3 or 4 all year long.
Swarms.
Yeah, 2 or 3
not,
or 4
not
swarms.
2 or 3 midges.
Yeah, not
swarms.
2 or 3 midges. 2 or 3 swarms. So they're just used to it. It's just like it's a chore. You deal with it a couple times. But once we were there in October, they're like, "Oh, that never happens. You're good." And then we had a swarm in November.
And they're like, "Okay, well, it's a late season swarm. This will probably be the last one."
Yeah, we've never had one this late in the year before, but you're fine.
Then another one happened right around Christmas.
Christmas Day, we woke up with a swarm.
Now, a swarm is not just one night. It lasts about 4 or 5 or 6 nights. And there is definitely a peak or 2 nights where it's the worst, where you are literally shoveling midges off of your deck.
And yeah, so it just becomes your day then revolves around get up, clean the boat, and then you go inside, come out again later and clean the boat again.
So all the dock mates, they kind of trained us on this, and they were as shocked as we were about it because they're not used to dealing with them this often and in the winter time.
Yes.
So first remediation is you take out diluted Dawn soap in a sprayer bottle, and that kind of coats the wings so that they fall and they can no longer swarm. And then before their bodies start to die and decompose, because they'll leave black stains on your boat that then you have to scrub out with bleach.
Yes. So you get them killed with the Dawn, and then you have to hose off, rinse off everything. And any that happen to have flown from somebody else's boat, you'll get in trouble if you try and just hose off without the Dawn, because then the midges just fly up and land on your neighbor's boat who might have already done the Dawn, and you're in big trouble.
So then you're dealing with the birds. So you probably hear a lot of bird noise in those
the
videos.
Birds cackling, laughing at us.
They swarm around the swarms of the midges and eat them. And then the birds get diarrhea from eating so many midges. And then so you're not only dealing with midges on your boat, you're dealing with bird shit everywhere.
And then, of course, the spiders are loving it too. So it is spider fiesta.
We're still picking spiders
there's
off our boat.
spiders everywhere, having a grand old time, and then dropping little dead spider digestion packets after they're finished.
They are a nuisance. And if it's just once or twice a year, it's something you can put up with Sanford.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of an amusing story of like, hey, did you experience this?
It was fun. Our second swarm, we did a live cast, which you can go back and look at history.
We invited all of you guys to join us for cleaning up from a swarm and vacuuming around inside and stuffing towels in every little crack to keep them from getting into the boat. And
so we thought that was fun. And then I think we had 3 more major midge swarms before we left in March. And official midge season starts in March. And there was no way, no how we were staying in Sanford any longer. And sure enough, our neighbors, when we are in communication with them, they are getting pummeled with midges. And far worse than what you're seeing in these videos.
Far worse than it has been ever in memory of the people who have been living on this dock. They are... Yeah, we've seen pictures shared with us from our dock neighbors of coming home, and it's like a blizzard. You can't even see down the dock through the black clouds at night. The flags, you can't see the flags and the lights. It's just clouds of these big hunky bugs.
So what can be done about them? Not much. The city is supposedly spraying for them. But
we don't know if there's something special about, like we've heard that there's a lot of the former untreated agricultural waste that used to go into Lake Okeechobee can't go there anymore, so they're putting it upstream on the St. John's, and maybe that's changing more nutrients in the water. But it doesn't. The weird thing is it seems to really impact Lake Monroe, but not to either side. So the marinas, the other 2 marinas that are there, are either side of just out of the midge zone in a sense, and seem to be fine, but they're not downtown.
Right. And there's really not much else you can do. So, we read all up about midges and aquatic midges. And, if you're on the shoreline, you can turn off your lights and try to do light traps in other places to attract them. It doesn't really work in a marina.
Yeah.
And, you can't really use bug zappers and thermocells. There's just too many freaking midges that you would clobber up whatever it is that you're killing those midges with.
And one thing a lot of boaters think they can do is how you avoid mosquitoes is you just anchor far from shore, and with a little breeze it keeps them away. But your anchor light at night is like a homing beacon for midges. And we've heard from people who've done this, who've been trapped on Lake George or on Lake Monroe, and they're then the only light around, and they just wake up completely covered and far from shore.
Monroe Harbor dockmates, we feel for you.
Oh my gosh.
There are no midges anywhere else we went afterwards. We got up in the St. John's River because there's good current flow. We didn't encounter any midges going north up or down the St. Johns River.
Yes.
Haven't encountered them since. Had never encountered them in 13 years of travel. We have heard from others who have freshwater midges in other areas, so they do exist other places.
We've heard people share horror stories from up in various places, up in the Great Lakes areas and stuff like that. So this is not a unique thing, but it seems like this year in particular, Sanford is cursed with a midge swarm of doom, and we feel it.
So if you've been watching our Sanford videos and you've been tempted to cruise on to Sanford, take some Dawn soap.
Get a garden sprayer.
And be prepared for it. Or, I hate to say it, pass on Sanford for now.
Yeah.
We love you, Sanford, but you got to deal with this midge problem.
Seminole County, clean it up. Get the bugs. Eat the bugs. This is how we deal with bugs on our boat. We have the cat bug vacuum. This is Cherie lift.
Okay.
There's some more right here. Look at that one.
Okay, come on.
Okay. Get the bugs.
This vacuum cleaner is very heavy.
Get the bugs. Get the bugs. Oh my gosh. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, 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 chomp. Oh, goodness. Cats. Teamwork makes the dream work. So, Cherie, why are you vacuuming the ceiling?
Because it's a fun hobby. It's kind of like Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, huh? Well, I found a ghost right over here.
If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We do these videos just for fun. So, your enthusiasm fuels the next one.